Oh no! Betfair charts are broken. Yes, Betfair charts are broken. They don't give you a true representation of exactly what's going on in the market. I think it's important because a lot of people rely upon them for trading. So I wanted to do a video that looks specifically at those issues and, more importantly, what you can do about it. If you're interested in trading with BetAngel, then visit our website where you can download a free trial of BetAngel Professional and BetAngel Trader. If you want to learn how to use them, then visit the Academy where we give you a detailed, structured walkthrough of each product. And if you're an existing user, then head on over to the forum where we have a load of files for you to download to customize and use within BetAngel. Betfair charts are broken. The fact is they've actually always been broken to a certain extent, but more recently they went whole hog and broke them completely. So it's important that you understand what you're looking at within a chart, and from both perspectives, either the most recent issue that we've seen or the long-term reason that they don't represent true reality. It's important to understand that so you can actually fully understand exactly what you're seeing. But charts are important. So I use charts extensively for pre-off trading, and often you don't see them on the video because the video screen would just be full of charts. But very often you'll see me refer to it or bring up a chart or drag one across from a screen so you can understand sort of what I'm referencing. But the reason that they're important is they're a reflection of what the market thinks about something over a period of time. So that's interesting in itself. You know, this is being backed, that's being laid, all of these sort of things. And then when you look at them in aggregate, that gives you a good idea of exactly what the market is telling you, what it thinks about things that are going on within the market and whether it fancies something or not, and whether that's being supported. So I would recommend using charts, but only if you understand exactly what you're looking at. For pre-off horse racing, they're great because it's reflecting sentiment within the market. But for example, if you try and look at a chart in play, say in a tennis match, it's a bit pointless because the chart is showing you the price history in terms of odds, but it's actually the amount of time left in a particular match, number of points, the score, and in any sport, football or anything, that is what the chart is representing. So it's representing a fact, not opinion. But pre-off horse racing, it's representing opinion, and that is why it is useful. So there has been a problem with Betfair charts from the day they were created, really. And that's what we're going to revisit first before I talk to you more critically about how they're completely broken at this moment in time. And the historic issue, I have done a video on this before, which I shall bring up and show behind me. It may have started already when I've done the post-production on this video. But what you'll see is on the I'm just trying to think, on your left-hand side, you will see the Betfair chart, and on the right-hand side, you will actually see the advanced chart on BetAngel. So it'll give you an immediate difference between the two. But what you'll notice on the Betfair chart is that it compresses. So all of the information on the far left of the Betfair chart is actually generated over many hours, and all the information that you see on the right is actually generated over many minutes. So you're actually seeing one side is deeply compressed information and the other side isn't. So as a consequence, if something from the market open starts to get shorter and shorter in price over a very long period of time, if you looked at it on a normal graph, it would show this nice gentle slope as money comes for that particular runner. But when you look on a Betfair chart, it just goes junk. So that's the problem when you compress something, is it exaggerates the moves. And therefore, if you're trying to plot something on a chart, you're plotting it against an exaggerated move. So really the plot needs to be curved to reflect that as well. So if you draw a straight line on it, that very often may not be representative of exactly what you're seeing within that particular market. And one of the first things we ever did in BetAngel was introduce our own charting. And then over many years, we've upgraded, enhanced, and like everything in BetAngel, it's just way better now than it used to be a few years ago. But the advanced charts give you a true plot of all of the price activity. So it's perfectly possible to be able to see everything that's going on with the market in the correct timeframes. But you can also customize it. You can add indicators, you can overlay stuff, you can stack them. You can do all sorts of weird and wonderful things, and you could even have them pointing at different markets. You could have them all displayed in different sizes and all of those sort of wonderful things. Change the colors, and there is so much that you can do with advanced charts. I'm not going to talk about it in depth here, I will do a little bit on the end of this video to introduce you to them, but we also do have an advanced charting mega video, which will talk you through all of those particular key aspects. And when you look at the advanced charts, one of the big advantages that you get with it as well is that if you put the information into the advanced charts, you can actually scroll backwards and forwards and zoom in and out. And that will allow you to look at key points within the market and learn why they occurred. Layer a few indicators in, a bit more information, and you can actually go back and look at when a key price move was started. So that's one of the reasons that I use the advanced charts. But it's taken on more importance recently because Betfair did an upgrade recently on their default charts that you tend to see, and they accidentally broke them. So you get all sorts of bizarre charts up now where the price sort of suddenly goes like that, and then it suddenly jumps to another price. And so obviously the time scale along the bottom is all wrong. Something's gone terribly wrong there. And when you're watching them, sometimes they're sort of exhibiting a retrograde motion. All sorts of strange things are happening. But basically, you can't really trust them now. You need to refer to something else to see if it makes sense, because a lot of the charts are displaying complete nonsense. So yeah, be careful if you're using the standard Betfair charts at the moment, because they are broken. Betfair have indicated they're going to fix it. I'm not completely sure when that's going to happen or how, but my advice to you is you should be using advanced charts anyway, because they're just so much better. You can get much more levels of detail, much more customization, so your view of the market can be unique to you. And if you're using BetAngel version 155 or above, you can actually create all of your data within automation via a history list, which you can then plot on a chart. So it's amazing that you can do that, because not only can you put all of the indicators in that are in the advanced charts already, but you can actually create your own and plot them right in front of you as well. So you should be making extensive use of that when you're trading pre-off. I realize it's a couple more steps up, but really you should be using advanced charts anyway, because it's just a much better representation of the market. Even if you just use a standard price plot and nothing else, it will look and give you more information than you can on a Betfair chart. So I thought it was worth doing a little bit on the end of this video to talk you through those key options and how they can be displayed and stuff that you can do and where to find it. It's going to be quite quick, but if you wanted a more in-depth one, then you should go and have a look at the BetAngel charting mega video, I think I called it, or something like that. But that's about half an hour long and is slower and talks you through each key feature bit by bit. So if you want to learn about it in more depth, check out that video. But what I've done on this video is I've appended a run through of some of the key options that you have within BetAngel for all the Betfair charts, but also for the advanced charting and a few other things as well that you may not be aware of. So yeah, Betfair charts are broken. You should be looking at the charts, but you should also be definitely using advanced charts. You should be doing that anyway, but because of the problems that we currently have with the Betfair charts, I think it's a great time to learn how to use those features. So without further ado, let's have a look at all of the charting features within BetAngel. So let me take you on a whistle-stop tour of some of the charting features in BetAngel. It's going to be quick, and if you want to watch in greater depth and a slower presentation of some of the features, then watch the charting mega video. I shall make sure that I link to that or display it somehow within this particular video. But let's have a look at some of the charting options, and we're going to start with the Betfair charts, rather obviously. But if you click on the name of a runner, it will display the chart. So there is the chart. If you want to keep that chart on top, then you can click on the pin. You can display the percentage, you can display the odds, you can set the refresh rate, you can do sort of a range of different things if you so wish on those particular charts. Quite simple to do. But you can also resize them, so you may find that in fact, it's beneficial to have it larger or smaller. And if you click on a different chart, then that will appear, and then you can sort of stack and change those around, change the shape, do all sorts of things that you so wish. That would sort of allow you to play around with all of those. If you click on the left here, then you will bring up an advanced chart, and the advanced chart you can do the same thing with. You can pin it, you can resize it, but of course on the advanced charts as well, you can scroll and you can zoom in on particular aspects of it and so on. There's more that you can do, which I will show you in a second. So if you're in the one-click screen, that's how you bring up all of those charts. And if you go to the ladder, then what you will find is you actually have little icons here for the Betfair charts and here for the advanced charts. But you can also see I've got them displayed below. So it's very easy to change the way that information is displayed on the ladder. You can go to the ladder settings. You've got a number of different options available within there, but if we go to the charts, you can see that you can actually show the Betfair chart area on the ladder. That will allow you to have a number of different options that you wish to display. And if you wanted to, you could actually put an advanced chart down there. We've got a very simplistic one there, which we've called ladder footer. But you can see you can do a number of different things on the charts as well. If you go to the columns area, you can actually display charts to the left as well. You've probably seen these charts before, but you can actually display the last traded price, and there are a number of options related to that. So if you want, you can have charts below, to the left, on top of it, Betfair charts, advanced charts. You can actually spawn as many as you wish, and the idea being that if you want to display more than one chart and on more than one runner, you can just create a whole screen full of them if you so wish to do so. And there is one other option as well that I will show you, which I will just move out of the way here. As you can see, I've got a chart on the right hand side of the ladder. I like to do this because it means that when I'm actively trading on the ladder screen, I can see an advanced chart over here and the individual Betfair charts underneath. And if we go up to here and we select mouse from the drop down option here, you can see we've got a number of options here. I'm not going to explain all of them because they are fairly self-explanatory, but the mouse one will allow you to actually, as you move over individual areas of the screen, you can see that it reflects the advanced chart on the ladder that you're trading. So if you're trading this one and you want to see the advanced chart on there, you can just move your mouse over and hey presto, away you go. So you can see I've displayed a number of different things on here as well. I've got the highest traded price, the lowest traded price, price envelope, the individual price chart, weight of money, volume. You can do pretty much anything with an advanced chart. And if you actually click on an advanced chart, I'll bring it up here and put it in the center. You can click on the editor and that will allow you to change all of those settings. So if I just put this, give me a couple of seconds to rearrange this. If I put this next to here, you can see we've got some example charts, and I've got a few that I've created earlier. But to try and sort of keep it brief, it's pretty unlimited what you can do with the charts. You can plot price, volume, weight of money. There are certain indicators that you can plot as well. And what we've done on the latest version of BetAngel is you can actually take the data series, you can plot price and all of those other bits of information, and you can actually take the values of all of that, either from the back price, the lay price, the last traded price, or historical values that you have created in automation. So there's an awful lot that you can do. Again, I could spend hours talking to you about how all of these can be displayed, but you can see I've set up some examples here. And if you want to, there's no reason why you couldn't display more than one chart on the same runner. So you could have multiple charts on one market, but you could also have multiple charts on one individual runner. So if you want multiple indicators to get you in or out of a position, that's a very beneficial way of doing it. But if we click on the drop down menu here, you can see that this is the chart that I have used on the ladder, which is why I've called it ladder. And you can see we've got candlesticks instead of a line chart. But also if we look at here, we have got the footer that we had at the bottom of the chart here as well. So it's perfectly possible to do all of that sort of stuff. The way I suggest that you get used to all of the features that we've got here is select something like the MACD and a complicated chart like this, and then just copy it. And then you can actually start messing around with all of the options that you have with the copied version, and then they will replicate themselves over here. So if I go up here, select copy of candle, then we can actually mess around with all of the features. And some of the stuff that you'll notice is you can actually split charts so that you can have them on secondary columns. So you can see we've put another indicator on the secondary column here, and maybe we put the MACD on the second column as well. But what the concept with the advanced charts is you can actually stack them, so you can have one on top of the other. Let me just bring that back up here. You can have one on top of the other, we could have 3 of them, or we could have 2 side by side. You can change the ratio of the display of the charts, the indicators. You can create your own custom indicators. There is an awful lot that you can do. I didn't want to discuss it in enormous depth in this video because it would just take too long. But what I wanted to do was to give you an overview of how you can display charts, how you can modify them, and all of the clever things that you can do. And this is why I recommend that you look at them, because they are much better than looking at a standard Betfair chart. It contains more information, more indicators. It's personalized specifically to your trading. And at the moment, you obviously don't get any of the flaws that you inherit with the Betfair charts. So the first thing I do when I start trading in the morning is I load all the markets into Guardian, and then it starts to populate all of the data in the background so that the charting is ready for me when I turn to that market. But anyway, I hope that that's given you a good indication as to all of the charting features that you can use within BetAngel.